It's so important for you to understand the contents of your child's individualized education program or your child's IEP. And what you need to know is that there are federal guidelines that actually mandate what is supposed to be in every IEP. And each state's decides on how they want to take those mandates and then make them into their own form, or perhaps not even a form, Jen. And one of the things that we want to talk to you about is that each state is very, very different, but there are federal guidelines to the content of each IEP, and it's so important for you to become very familiar with what makes up your child's IEP.
Well, you know, Julie, one of the things that you and I are very passionate about is making sure that parents aren't so overwhelmed by this process. And one of the things that's very overwhelming is the document itself, and even understanding what it means. And so this is why it's so important, and we want to talk about learning what that document is supposed to have, and also becoming just familiar with what it looks like. And so Julie brings up a very important point. The federal requirements are the minimum, they're the floor. It's what absolutely has to be in the IEP by federal law in order for it to be a legal IEP. But your state may have additional requirements, and your state may have a form that they either mandate or suggest that your school district use, but your school district may in fact use something else. And so over the years, you're going to be looking at this document over and over again. And so early on, if you can familiarize yourself with the forms that your school district and your state uses, it's just a really good step.
And here's the position we don't want you to be in. Very many times when I work with parents and they come to me so that I could help them advocate for their child, I will go over the IEP form with them and what their child's current IEP is. Mm-hmm. And so many times a parent will say to me, "Oh my gosh, I never knew that's what that was. Oh, I didn't know what that meant. Oh, I had no idea that was on the form." Right. We don't want parents to be in that position, Jen. And that's why we want to become you to become familiar with the contents of an IEP, and that's the series it's going to follow.